What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to do the second round of my mock draft, and I do picks 31 through 60. Gonna be going mostly by last name, but I'll go for analysis on pretty much all of them. Buffalo Sabres 31st pick, Nick Schmaltz, Green Bay Gamblers. Not the biggest guy, but a high-end scorer, University of North Dakota. Brothers of St. Louis Blues draft pick, first round pick, and I think he'll definitely probably be off the board by then, but if he falls to the second round, the Sabres got amazing value once again. 32nd pick, the Florida Panthers. I'm taking Alex Nejokovic, the goalie from the Plymouth Whalers. They really have no organizational need, I feel, for goalie at the position of goaltending, and I think drafting him is definitely a good move. St. Louis Blues got this pick from Edmonton in the I think the Perron trade. I got to take Travis Sanheim, who'll probably be off the board by then, but I think he'd be more depth organizationally on defense, which is never a bad thing. The Calgary Flames, I got to take Ryan Donato from Dexter. Good high upside kid. His father played in the NHL, and Calgary really has been looking at the New England hockey ranks, like New England college hockey ranks. Obviously with Goodrow, with Billy Arnold, guys like that. So taking Donato adds more of those players. New York Islanders, Ryan McGinnis, obviously Al's son. Another one that'll probably be off the board by then, but if he's still around, amazing value to get for the Islanders. Gives him some organizational depth at forward. He's a little bit ways away from contributing, but pretty good player for the Kitchener Rangers. And I think he's going to continue to improve and continue to get better. The Vancouver Canucks, I'm taking the Western Canadian kid Connor Bleakley. And again, he's a pretty good all-around player. He could go in the first round, and a lot of these kids could. There's just such a crapshoot here that I think again, if you get a kid like him with a 36th pick, that's pretty good value. 37, the Carolina Hurricanes, Brendan Lemieux, Claude's son. I think they have an organizational need for some tenacity, and bringing a kid like that, who is the spitting image of his old man on the ice, is definitely a good thing, and will definitely help them going forward in the forecheck and stuff like that. Do I think he'll be as good as Claude? Maybe not, but I think he's definitely going to make this show. I just, if anything, because he can bust balls, plain and simple, kind of like the Brad Marchand type thing, where everyone hates him so much that you might as well have him out there. That's a 38th pick, the Anaheim Ducks, John McLeod, U.S. development team, BU next year. Good defenseman. Again, they love drafting defensemen, and I think McLeod's a few years away, but he could definitely be a guy that is knocking on the door sooner rather than later in terms of being a good all-around defensive defenseman. Really understands that part of the game. Buffalo Sabres going to take another American here, Jack Glover, U.S. development team. I like Glover's game. I think he's going to be a pretty good professional hockey player. I believe he's going to the University of Minnesota next season. Don't quote me on that. But and they went heavy with the development team kids last year with Comfer and a couple other guys. So those guys are there. The Ottawa Senators, John Quenneville with the 40th pick. He's Joel Quenneville's, I think, second cousin. Good player. Brandon Weekings. I think Johnny Boychuk's his uncle by marriage. Just pretty cool. New Jersey Devils, I'm going to take him Braden Point. Moose Jaw Warriors, undersized scorer, but really high-end kid that I really wouldn't be opposed to drafting in the first round. I think if he was a couple of just dollar different, would be a first-round pick. But I think Lou Lamoriello will take a flyer on the kid and see what he can do. Nashville Predators, 42nd pick, Nick Goldobin, the Russian kid for Sania, good offensive player. Nashville really needs a shot in the arm organizationally. Round peg, round hole. For those of you saying they should stay away from drafting Russians after Radulov, well, I think that's kind of borderline racist having that same xenophobic anyway. Stay away from them there Russians. Where are we now? Oh, the Phoenix Coyotes with the 43rd pick. Reed Gardner, Prince Albert Raiders. I think he's, again, a pretty good two-way player. He fits what they're working on up there out there in Phoenix. So I sound like an idiot, just kind of lose my train of thought. In this two-way game. The Washington Capitals can take the Czech defenseman, Don Machine, and he plays a pretty safe game. I think give him some time to develop in Europe and see where he is from there. Now we got with the 45th pick. the Dallas Stars, Tyson Mayo, Edmonton Oil Kings. I think he's got some, at the very least, intriguing defensive upside. That's that. With the 46th pick, I got the Nashville Predators taking Brett Pollock, Edmonton Oil Kings. I think he kind of got buried playing on such a deep team in Edmonton, and I think he's ready to break out next year in an expanded role. The Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm taking Eric Cornell. The Peterborough Petes, I think he'll be a guy to watch. He's a pretty good all-around player. He'll definitely help you out in that regard. The Philadelphia Flyers, I got to take Marcus Pettersson. I think he definitely helps the system a little bit. Gives them another look European. They went with Haig out of Modo last year, so it wouldn't shock me to see them go with another Swede in the second round this year. The Buffalo Sabres will take one of the more intriguing, one of my favorite players in this draft. In fact, Hunter Smith, 6'6", about 235 pounds, and he definitely climbed up the rankings this year. He was really on nobody's radar coming into the season, and then came on, strong, to put it bluntly. And he's going to be a guy you watch going forward because he's got some tenacity. He's really got the makings of being a great all-around power forward. He's 6'6", and I think definitely getting him in the second round is a smart investment for the Buffalo Sabres. Tampa Bay Lightning, I'm going to take with the 50th pick. Bryson Martin, who will probably be off the board by then, but if he's not, that's great. Adds some depth to Tampa, good size, and a pretty good defenseman all around. Plays for Swift Current in the Western Hockey League. The San Jose Sharks, I'm taking a California kid, and Chase Delia from the Portland Hawks. I think again he's got first round talent, but he's not the biggest kid. And I think keep the Cali connection. They did pretty well at Matt Nieto in his rookie year, so might as well add another one to the mix. St. Louis Blues with the 52nd pick. Justin Kirkland, Kelowna Warriors, another one of my favorite players in this draft. He really came on strong towards the end of the season, and I actually might be getting an interview with him at the draft, so keep a lookout for that. Again, one of my favorite players. I like his two-way game. Not a bad size kid, and definitely worth a good investment with the 52nd pick for the Blues. 53rd overall, San Jose Sharks, Mason McDonald, goalie, Charlottetown. Had a pretty mediocre at best Charlottetown team in front of him, and he played very well this season. So I think again worth taking a flyer on him with the 53rd pick. The 54th pick, Shane Yzerman, Dubuque Fighting Saints, going to UNH next year. Calgary is the pick. Again, keep with the New England college hockey connection. That's there. He's got some power forward upside. I like his game. Got a little bit of sandpaper in it, and I think he's gonna be a guy to watch. One of the better freshmen in hockey in a very deep Hockey East freshman class. 55th pick, Nick Magyar, going to the Anaheim Ducks. Kitchener Ranger. Again, I think it fits pretty well with what they're trying to build in Anaheim. He fits pretty well with that mold of talent. And actually, Anaheim could trade a lot of these picks to get Kessler or Spezza, someone along those lines. The Boston Bruins, 56th pick. I'm going to take an Austin Poganski from the Tri-City Storm of the United States Hockey League. Big bad Bruins. This kid really fits that mold, pretty well. And I think again he's going to be a pretty good college hockey player. I believe he's going to St. Cloud or one of them. I'm actually looking that up right now. And I'll focus. I hate being biased with this, but I got to focus a little bit on the Bruins right here because most of my audience is Boston based. And again, a kid like this you can draft, let him develop, let him take his time. And not rush him in terms of he has to be up right away. That fits well to the Bruins because they have a pretty deep team for what they Peter Shaw's put together. He's going to North Dakota, which I feel shame. And that's just good college hockey program. He will do very, very well there, and I think his all around game is going to improve while he's there. And that's just the way things work with the Bruins. 57th pick, New York Islanders, defenseman Linus Soderstrom of what did he play for in Sweden? Djurgården in the Swedish league. Swedish kid, not a really good sized goalie. Under 200 pounds. He's 6'4", but he's under 200. You like to see him, fill out his frame a little more, but he can do that. He's got plenty of time to develop. That's the way that works. And the Islanders, always need a goalie. Since Actually, I mean, Rick DiPietro would probably have 9 years left on his contract if they had held on. Actually, they signed, what, a 15-year extension, probably 7 years left, if I'm not mistaken. New York, we already got the Islanders. Phoenix Coyotes, 58th pick, Spencer Watson from the Kingston Frontenacs. Pretty deep draft for Kingston, obviously, with McEwen and Bennett, guys like that. That's you get a pretty good team up there, and getting Watson in that mix would be a good value pick with the 58th pick. But see what happens with that. New York Rangers with their first pick in this draft. I got taken Ryan Collins, massive defenseman out of the United States National Team Development Program. He's a kid that I think will be turning heads for some time, and definitely be a guy to watch, for Team USA at the World Juniors, because of his size, and I think he's going to be, pretty good standout player for Coach Lucia in the Minnesota Golden Gophers next season. And the final pick of the second round, I got the Los Angeles Kings taking Jace Harlock of the Brandon Wheat Kings with the 60th pick. Harlock's got some pretty intriguing offensive upside. He got, I think, like a stroke or something in the playoffs, and then really bounced back and played strong in those playoffs. And not the biggest guy, but he's got good on ice vision, plays a lot of roles, and I think he plays bigger than he is. So we'll see what happens with that. I think he fits LA's mold for what they're looking for from their players to a T. Anyway, that's a look at this episode of the Power Play with CJ on my mock second round of the 2014 NHL Draft. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.